Hey guys, how you doing? My name's Chris, and welcome to A Glimpse Inside. This video is being released on my second channel, and those of you here on my main channel, I want you to see what we do over there. If you haven't been over there, this is kind of a taste of what you can expect. There are some unedited things. There are some mistakes that are made for sure. I leave all the mistakes in. You will be surprised how many I make in each video, or maybe you won't be, because I do leave mistakes in on this channel. But I left some bonehead stuff in this video here. So I hope you enjoy it. I hope you go down below, check out the second channel link, and become a member of that one as well. And yeah, subscribe there too. Thanks again for watching in advance. And here we go. Hey guys, what you see behind me are a bunch of clamps. These were kind of all over the shop, from some on the floor to some on the designated French cleat racks that I've made in the past. However, they weren't all together and they didn't really fit well together. So I am giving you a temporary solution here. I'm just kidding. Actually, this is a build video that is a temporary solution. It's gonna go up on that wall. It's gonna be something real simple, something I can easily attach these to, but it's not gonna be designed the way I want it just yet. I've got a couple of irons in the fire here with some projects I have to do, and the clamp rack is not one of them at the moment, but I gotta get this thing cleared up. I've got a really special purpose for this table here, and of course that will be on my main channel, but for now, on the second channel, we're gonna put this up on the rack. And I know, real quick guys, I haven't given you a Build a Better Maker update in a while. And quite frankly, it's just because I'm struggling. And I tell you, man, I did good for the first 15 pounds and I have completely leveled off and I got no excuses. And I just want to let you know that I'm really trying to hold myself more accountable to be better, and really talking about it and really telling someone like this is actually going to help me, I believe. So yeah, we're still around that 256 mark from 270, and I just gotta keep doing it. And I'd be remiss if I didn't tell you that in this intro right here. So until then, okay, I'm gonna do it, I swear. Until I finally get on the horn again, we're gonna build stuff. So yeah, this is gonna be a temporary clamp solution. And again, let's just get right into it. So I'm gonna make these 3 clamp racks out of this one piece of 24 by 36 inch Baltic birch. I've cut down some 5-inch pieces, and then I've cut down some 3-inch pieces. I'm gonna take one of those 3-inch pieces, take it to the crosscut sled, and cut basically, I guess, some squares out. Maybe not quite square, a little bit of a rectangle shape, but I want them to basically make these little frames. Pretty simple construction, glue and brads, all you need. I made 3 of them, as you can tell. Now it's time to rip down a small piece of the offcut that we had. This little strip of birch plywood is going to serve a couple different purposes, and I'll explain why in just a minute. But for now, we're just gonna tack it in place with some glue and brads. So essentially with the 3-inch frame built, we're gonna attach it to the 5-inch piece we cut earlier. Glue and brads. Of course I use screws later, but I made a mistake, look at this. I tacked it in the wrong way. I need to flip that 3-inch frame over. Kind of made a mess. Anyway, hammer the nails back in, reapply some glue. We should be good to go now. Again, like I said, I'm gonna come back and reinforce all of these joints with some screws. And before I do that, I love these countersink screws, but oh, I love this thing too, this bit mag. Every bit you could ever need right there at your fingertips. And I'm using these Power Pro screws, and I love these things. They do great, but for birch plywood on the very ends, there was no chance of them not, fraying the material a little bit. So that's why I'm using that countersink you see before I go ahead and drive these home. And so that's essentially the rack complete, except for, well, like I told you, I got that little piece there. Well, I'm gonna use that to reinforce the back as well. That little strip allows me to get a little bit more material for that screw to drive into. And now it's time to cut down some cleat material. I like to really spread this stuff out, or stretch this stuff out, if you will, where I cut down pieces. Instead of expanding the entire back with a cleat, I cut 2 pieces of cleat material and then put them at either end, giving me what I think is essentially the same type of strength and hold. And if it isn't, hey, it seems to work just fine. I've been doing this for a few months now, instead of doing an entire cleat, I do pieces like you see here. Now again, I am gonna come back and reinforce these. And yep, make a little bit of a mistake here too. So I realized the screws I have on hand aren't quite short enough to go through, so I've got to drill these through at an angle. And in doing so, I pop up the cleat. The brads just weren't strong enough. So a little bit of a prior planning would have been better here. I could have clamped these down, screwed these screws in at an angle, and now that's a good strong hold. Taking care of some of the burrs or the little imperfections the screws leave as they go in. And I repeat this process on all 3 racks as well. Like I said in the beginning of the video, this was a project that was going to be temporary for me. This probably only took me about an hour to put all this together. And here's how they go up on the wall. And the temporary solution is this. Basically, I just put the clamps in, kind of hold them in place. And that piece that I installed that gives me more support in the back is also going to allow the clamps to grab and hold themselves in place. But something else happened. Well, I'll be a monkey's uncle. I can't believe I just said that, but I will tell you something else. As my intent was to put these in here and clamp them in place as a temporary solution, a happy accident happened again. I just turned the thing around. I'm not really sure why that just happened. That's it. I'm done with the cleats. I know why it happened. I put it on upside down. I put it like this. Oh, excuse me. I put it like this. And it's supposed to be like this. You would think me of all people would know how to put on a cleat. But anyway, let me explain. Where was I? Yes, I was going to put them in like this and then tighten them up, but then I realized if I just put them in backwards, may not be temporary after all. I don't know, it still might. So I love it when things like this happen. Your intent completely gets overshadowed by a better solution. And in this case, putting the clamps down in the opposite way that I had originally intended, and why I didn't think of it in the first place, I'm not sure. But I'm glad it happened. And here is the final setup. At least what I'm calling the final temporary setup. I still may do something different on how to store these, but for now, this is gonna work out really great for me in the situation here in the shop. So those of you that have not gone over to the second channel and seen the videos on there yet, this is kind of the feel, right? There are mistakes, there are some quirkiness, there is some quirkiness, just like this. I'm just not gonna edit this out. I mean, why not? You know, I'm a regular dude who makes videos and raises a family, and this is just kind of what we do in this space. We try to inspire and educate, and hopefully everybody learns from the mistakes that we make here on this platform. And this is one of those videos that definitely did that. Also, I want to show that, you know, you don't necessarily have to have your clamps right there and in full view of everything. They can be behind something that is on a mobile base. Why not? I mean, why not challenge the status quo on things to make it look a little funky, right? I mean, why not? No, the idea here is that this is what it was gonna be a temporary solution for me. And it still might be, but oh, darn it. I tell you, man, that design turned out pretty darn good. If you ask me, again, one of those happy accidents, and those are really nice to have around the shop for sure. So if you're not a member of the second channel squad, go ahead, check it out. Links are down below. Go ahead and get on there, and you're gonna see more kind of videos like this. Not so, hey guys, welcome to the channel. Today we're gonna build this, let's go. Right? I mean, yeah, those are gonna be good for, you know, the main channel, for sure. And since you're here, I'm gonna show you something really crazy. I'm not even sure if I should divulge this yet, but why not? I'm gonna show you something. Y'all ever heard of the game called Cornhole? You probably have, right? You may have seen that I'm making these miniature party sets. They're gonna go live here in the next couple weeks, hopefully. Have a lot of interest on Instagram on those too. And I'm just gonna show you, I made a cornhole board out of corn. Look at that. that's gonna be released later. Still working on this. Pretty crazy idea. So thanks for being here, guys. I'm gonna end this right here. Again, if you're not a member of the second channel, get down there, check it out. It's a pretty fun time. And of course, I appreciate each and every one of you here on the main channel as well. You guys are awesome, and hopefully this didn't scare you away. All right, see y'all later. Take care.